Hey guys, Thor here, and welcome to a video I don't often do. We're gonna be discussing the whole IDUB situation, and honestly, we're gonna be doing it because I think it provides some very valuable insight into what you can, what you should and shouldn't allow as a man, what a healthy relationship is, all kinds of that stuff. Because I don't think this is a good situation for him, and I never really watched IDUBs, but I think this is just it won't end well, and it's already not going well for him. So, first of all, I'm not a man to criticize somebody's appearance, but the last ever videos I saw from IDubbbz, he did not have the mustache. The mustache is not flattering. It's a very unflattering feature for you, and I don't know what the fuck is up with the beanie either. I mean, I heard he's like 29 to 30. I mean, I guess it kind of fits the age, but really he looks like he's fucking 50 with this shit going on. Yeah, well, buddy, do something about it. I mean, sure, you can have whatever style you want, but how do I put this? There are things you can do and things you can't. There are things you can do which are unflattering to you, which don't go well with who you are and don't look good to the outer eye. And while certainly you should be doing whatever the fuck you like, that is not the... Don't take it to an extreme. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's neither here nor there though. Let's click on the video.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of IDubbbz Complains. This is a very special episode where I get to tackle two topics that I've recently become very passionate about. That is a section of my audience who thinks they know me, and my opinion on sex work. You can sort of see where these two will collide.
Again, another thing that I have to say, this issue was kind of brought to the forefront because of a YouTuber I watch, Louis Levi. And I was talking with a friend of mine about this, and he was saying, well, we don't know what she posts on OnlyFans. She could be posting fucking bikini pics for all we know. And I was like, at that time, I was like, fair enough. I mean, I don't know enough about the topic, but really, the thing that really activates my, that jogs my noggin, activates the almonds, is this part. Sex workers. I mean, why would you call the video sex workers when you're effectively talking about drama with your girlfriend? And you'll see this later on in the video. He kind of reiterates this point, and now I'm really curious as to what his girlfriend is putting up. And it really seems that at the very least it's very lewd stuff, like, I don't know, revealing costumes or whatever.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn.
Bingo.
Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah. I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount of...
Oh my god, that's kind of cope. That's very cope. That's just, yeah, I mean, it's fine after the fact, of course. Look, here's the thing about the situation. First of all, I think his girlfriend is a soulless husk. I mean, I can't really show it here because we've been running out of time in the video, and I can't put the other videos up. I could put them in the description below though, which is probably what I'll do. But Brittany Venti made a video on her. Another YouTube woman made a video on her. I don't remember her channel name. I will be finding her and putting her in the description, I'm certain of it. But she was effectively talking about the topic while she was drawing something. That was kind of her style, and she had a two-parter about the whole situation. And I mean, his girlfriend is literally whoever people want her to be, which is already a red flag. Like when she's with Ian over here, she's all edgy and likes his jokes and one thing and the other, and she also says a lot of very politically incorrect stuff. And then you go on her channel and on her streams, and suddenly she's this innocent little schoolgirl who is just talking about how, I don't know, who's talking about the body positivity movement as if it's something profound, as if Jesus came down, Moses came down from the fucking hill with the 10 commandments, and in them there was a commandment saying thou shalt not fat shame. And she's just sitting there going like, and I saw the situation, and it made me feel, oh my god, it made me feel terrible how this person was being treated. And then you have a different video of her where she's like, oh my god, you're so fat, you break the fucking car. And I'm just sitting there like, these two conflict. You can't be body positive and do this other shit. And I mean, I'm probably not explaining it well, and I'm really sorry about that, but you know, I'm talking based on the evidence I've seen, the video evidence of her acting like that. Not to mention that she often, when she's with Chris Reagan, she's also different. And when she's talking about Chris Reagan, she specifically has said that, well, Chris is a better shoulder for me to cry on than Ian. Which, I mean, yikes. If your girlfriend is comparing you to another man for anything, and is telling you that that other man is better than you, your girlfriend is a cunt, and you're a fucking idiot for still being with her. The correct response in such a situation is, well, go to him. This is over. That's the response any man with self-respect gives.
People are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel...
I like how he doesn't attack the jokes. I guess in an attempt to seem like he's still, you know, fine, okay, it's just humor, one thing or the other, right? But I don't think that's the case. I think he doesn't attack the jokes because deep down, I mean, I'm not a psychologist, right? I mean, you know, fucking sue me. But I think the reason he doesn't attack the jokes is because deep down, he knows some of it is true. He knows that he doesn't feel quite okay with it, and he knows that this behavior is kind of simping. And yeah, that's my opinion on it. He is simping.
Personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like iDubbbz. And he really liked that because iDubbbz was cool. But now that iDubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby wah-wah mode. No, shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You don't get to ha-ha funny yourself out of this one. You're a simp. You act all edgy and cool on YouTube and then go and film your girlfriend shoving anal beads up her ass for OnlyFans afterwards? Fuck you. You lied to everyone. You ruined my life. Oh, looks like I did something a little too edgy. Edward, I don't know where you got the idea that I was cool. Do you think it was cool when I was playing with anal beads? It's cool when I play with anal beads. Do you think it was cool when I was running around in an oversized cop outfit? That was cool to you. It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just like take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now.
My god, what the fuck am I hearing? Right. Okay. Look, when you're a content creator, when you're anybody who has fans who look up to you, you have a responsibility to them. Obviously, you're not gonna let them rule your fucking life. But you do have a responsibility to set good examples to them. And I know people are gonna complain about me preaching for good virtues, you know, and whatever, right? Okay, fair enough, you know, you have your own opinion on it. But here's the thing. You do want these people who have fans and influence to be acting in the best possible way to give a good example. Because if they don't give a good example, your society is gonna go to shit. There are people who follow the examples they're given. There are people who, when they look up to a person, they want to be like them. Obviously, Ian has some measure of responsibility to his audience. And this whole I don't care stick, get the fuck out of here. Look, I mean, when we're talking about the situation with the girl, I like how at one point he just goes and says, when I'm playing around with anal beads, it's fine. Like, he doesn't actually sit there and say, oh, come on, that's nonsense. My girlfriend isn't putting herself playing with anal beads on the fucking site. Don't be a fucking moron. No, he doesn't say that. He completely deflects it by saying, well, when I was doing it, it was cool. Which seems to kind of imply that she is doing it. Which, I mean, holy fucking hell, if you allow your fucking girlfriend to play with anal beads for strangers on the fucking internet who just pay her some money, you're beyond the fucking joke. You don't have any fucking self-respect.
No, Items, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize...
You're not cool with it, though. And even if you are, you're not a man who respects himself, regardless.
There are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem. You think these...
How do I put this to you? If somebody's jacking off to my girlfriend, he's not getting any of her. She's not even giving him the time of day. She's not even talking to him. Let alone having private moments on fucking OnlyFans.
Fucking retards would actually do a smidge...
You are a fucking hypocrite. See, that's the thing. These comments are fucking right. Everything I know about you has been completely shattered down with this nonsense. And obviously, I'm gonna say this straight up. I don't watch the guy. I've watched a couple of his vids because one of my friends watches him. Because one of my friends wanted to get me to be interested in watching him, but I just wasn't fully interested. I was like, fair enough. But that was like back 2 years ago or so. And he was making edgy content, he was making edgy memes and all the nonsense. And honestly, if he had come across such a situation in a content comp, he would have mocked the shit out of it. And now he's in it. Now that he's in it, there are no complaints. Because he's the one being cucked.
Of research, because like I did it and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, like, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so it makes sense that they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand.
How can you describe these things as slut and skank and somehow... What, are you gonna try to not include your girlfriend in it? Are you gonna try to not include that category in the whole situation? Are you just gonna talk about, I don't know, fucking porn stars or something? It seems silly to me. He's going to such lengths to avoid hypocrisy that is so blatant. And that bit about the market being in demand in the market for it, yeah, I have the same argument. My girlfriend is not whoring herself out on fucking OnlyFans.
Stood on top of a hill and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, no porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked. Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me, that I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. And
you're deflecting the argument. Nobody is saying, oh my god, let's cover the women's up, put them on a fucking burqa. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's making that argument. But there's a difference when you're in a relationship with a woman and when she's doing it on her own, or when the guy's not in the picture, right? Or when the guy, for whatever fucking reason, is okay with it, but it's a two-way street. And this is kind of an argument I want to make, right? if she had her OnlyFans and he was getting some private time in the same way she is getting some private time with some guys, you know, chatting with them seductively, giving them a fucking pic of her, I don't know, her underboob or whatever she does on the fucking site. I mean, if he had like a similar account and he was effectively sending the same suggestive shit to other women, it would be a two-way street, and I wouldn't be complaining about this. I'd be thinking, okay, fair enough, two-way street. I don't think this is a healthy relationship, anyhow. But they're both doing it. There is no one-sidedness to it. So I don't think it's specifically bad either. If a guy's dating a porn star, and they're in some sort of open relationship, and he's also having sex with God knows how many women, and she's having sex with God knows how many men at work, and then she's also going to the bar, and I don't know, she finds some guy she likes, she'll go and take him home. If that's the dynamic, where, you know, each person kind of goes and fucks however many they like, and they can fuck, and then they just go home and they're a happy couple regardless, and maybe they have sex together too. I have a problem with that because I think it might be a bit of a health hazard. Like, that would be my slight fucking objection there. But as long as they were taking care of themselves and they were getting their checkups at the doctor and whatever else, and they wanted to have that dynamic in the relationship, I wouldn't have a fucking issue. Let them do that. Some would call it degenerate. I can kind of agree, it is slightly degenerate, but here's the thing, I don't really have an issue. You know, free country and all that. Here we have a situation where but if we had a situation, another hypothetical, which is much closer to this actual case. If we have some woman who's working as a porn star, she fucks the guys on the set, and then not only just fucks the guys on the set as a job, she also goes to the bar and she fucks like one or two dudes she might like, just like in the previous example. But she has a boyfriend back home who's fanatically devoted to her and loves her all the same, and he's just coping by saying, oh well, I mean, that's just the job stuff, she doesn't want them, she doesn't like them, but you know, she's getting railed for the money, we need the money, right? That guy's a cuck, that guy's a simp, that guy doesn't respect himself, and he needs to do something because it's fucking tragic. Like, to be fanatically devoted and in love with one woman and to think that she's your only woman when for her you're just one of multiple options, that is fucking cruel on her part, and that is completely fucking sad of you, and it shows that you're lacking of self-worth. That's what it shows. And this is what I see in this situation, and that's why I'm talking about it. Because I don't give a shit, I don't care less, I couldn't give less of a shit about the drama of it, I don't care, right? I haven't been doing drama on this channel since 2015, and I abandoned it because I lost interest, and because I thought that it wasn't a good thing. You know, I was becoming a gossiping idiot. That's how I thought in my head, and that's why I stopped.
The sooner you realize that for yourself, the better. I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
So on the cons, we have everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing? Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's not a mystery, it's a pussy, dude. And then there's no...
Dude, fuck, I mean, how can you be so fucking obtuse? How can you be so fucking pedantic and just completely miss the fucking point? Completely deflect. This whole video is just deflectionary cope. That should be the fucking name of it. Deflectionary cope. My god, man. My god. Look, how do we explain this? It's not the fucking shape of the cunt that people are complaining about. Yeah, okay, everybody who's had experience in that area knows what the fuck that looks like, okay? And everybody who's female. I mean, the problem is, that's your girlfriend's cunt. It's yours, supposedly, in some sense. In the same way that you're hers, she's yours. That's what a relationship is. I mean, you wanna go for non-monogamy, go right ahead, but this halfway shit isn't cutting it. And the fact that she's the one doing it, and you're doing fucking nothing, just makes you a simp and a cunt. You know, she shows what is private for her and you, to the eyes of anybody who pays like what, $5, $25, 50, 100? I mean, that's the fucking price tag of a common whore. That's not the price tag of a woman who respects herself.
Special pussy, it doesn't become less valuable the more people see it. If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no...
Did you show your fucking dick somewhere? Where the fuck is your dick? I mean, do you have fucking dick pics online? No. You're just showing your fucking abs. Okay, sure.
I regret...
Your tiny skinny fucking body. Right.
Delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like...
Because everything stays on the internet, it doesn't age well. It doesn't age well, it's always available, and even if you're cringing at it 10 years later, it will never be scrubbed off the internet. That's the fucking problem. And this will keep haunting you for the rest of your internet life, my friend.
From 2003, by the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just going to make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought. Just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
And then future jobs, they might...
Again, I want to point this out, right? People tell her, okay, everyone sees what he sees for a couple dollars, right? He doesn't say, oh, they don't see my pussy, don't be ridiculous. They don't see her pussy. They don't see my pussy. iDubbbz is transforming. He's going the other way, right? He doesn't say, oh, they don't see her pussy. That's fucking ridiculous. He doesn't dispel the rumor. He keeps it out in the air because I think he can deflect it. I think he can't say, oh, they don't see that, because they do see that in reality. So he's just stuck there defending, like, oh, it doesn't have fireworks, man. It's just a gun. Yeah, okay. You're deflecting the point again.
It'd be
And he did it again here, as you saw.
a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken. And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job. This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it. Yeah, the stud going through your tongue? No one wants sluts working for them. And the dyed hair? Don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's gonna hire you looking like that.
In my head...
Fucking hilarious. Just absolutely hilarious. You're a comedy genius, man. You're fucking great at what you do. Congrats. Just fucking great.
There would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating.
Look, I'm tired of this economic shit. Can we move on?
Commentary YouTuber.
The fucking job shit. Come on.
Who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that is that's the position you want to take. That I think that'll age quite nicely.
You can add extra money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty. You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or...
You do realize, right? Look, man. And this is where his girlfriend being a soulless husk kind of comes in. I think she's dating him Like, for all the evidence I've seen from Brittany Venti and from that other chick, as well as the research I did prior to this video, I think she's dating him for the fucking cash. Like, that's all I think. Like, it really seems like she doesn't respect him. It really seems like she would rather be with other men than him, but he's kind of a financial crutch, and he's effectively paying her in exposure, and that's why she's staying. That's what his use is for her, because she doesn't have a personality. It's fucking clear she doesn't have personality. She just fits in to whatever space she's in with whatever company she's with. That's visible from her multiple videos where she seems to be hypocritical, but in reality it's just that she doesn't have character.
Feel like you're contributing enough? Because based on your argument, then I guess Jeff Bezos' son just should never work at McDonald's. There's enough money in the family. I think there's enough money in that household. No reason Philip Bezos needs to go on OnlyFans. Doesn't need to lower himself to that standard. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know.
You can't... I hate this point that work somehow fulfills you. It's some fucking Protestant work ethic nonsense. That's where it seems to have originated. My God, work, being a fucking drone at some company or just selling off your fucking body parts on the internet for a couple bucks, that's not fulfilling. That doesn't fulfill anyone, right? You're not fulfilled by your job. The thing you like about your job is that you can sit in a fucking chair in front of a fucking microphone, do some goofy shit in the real world on occasion with a fucking camera, and get tons of views and tons of cash without actually working as a fucking office drone. That's what you like about your job. You know the alternatives are shit, so this job just looks like a fucking dream job. And it really is in a way. But really, I mean, it doesn't matter, You do your work, you do your job, not because you necessarily like it. There might be aspects of it you love, certainly. It might be one of the jobs you wanted to do, so you go and you do it. But it's still a fucking job, so you don't love it 24/7. You don't feel fulfilled by it. You don't feel fulfilled by it. Fucking period. But at the end of the day, you do it so you can bring money on the table and you can actually do things you like.
I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do. I think what I've learned from this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retard.
I've got another point to make, and I really have to say this because, goddamn, I just completely disagree with him on this shit. Look, back in the day, you wanted your money. You'd go and you get railed by 10 guys. You'd go and you get railed by 10 guys and you'd call yourself a fucking porn star, or you'd become the hooker of the fucking neighborhood. And certainly these jobs were not safe, they weren't well done, you were being abused at the hands of pimps or whatever, all the other shit. Right now, it's easier than ever to do like freelance sex work and actually, put your money where your mouth is. Actually do the fucking job, go find some guys, get fucked, get paid, And here, because of the internet, well, it's easier and better than ever, and with, the best safety and security you can to do this job, right? You have a bunch of e-thoughts, this all started with Belle Delphine. That's when it really picked up, this whole thought shit, right? And I remember back in the day thinking the same point that I'm making right now, that, look, you have these girls, they found a way to just get a bunch of simps, a bunch of men who are completely love-starved, men who literally have nothing in their lives, no girls, no anything ever. The type of target demographic that actually becomes incels. And I'm not saying any of that stuff pejoratively. I actually feel for these guys. I feel very bad for them. I think it's a fucking travesty that these men exist. I think it's down to bad parenting, bad education. They were never taught how to, well, not just how to be men, but how to act. They were never taught how to act. They were never taught what women would want from them, and they don't know. And they're so love-starved, they just become worse and worse and worse in the eyes of women. And they just can never get a woman. And they can't improve themselves, and they're stuck in this abyss. And effectively, these ethos, they found a way to get money out of these men, to just extort these men and give them nothing in exchange. And people, people with a more free market capitalist sort of perspective on this will come and yell at me and be like, yeah, but well, I mean, they're providing a service and the guys are paying for it. What's the harm? The harm is moral harm. The harm is emotional harm. Because that guy doesn't need some chick in a lewd costume asking him for $1,000 to send him a fucking to send him herself just cosplaying some character in a costume that, I don't know, shows off her ass cheeks or something. That's not what the dude needs. That dude needs a stern talking to. That dude needs someone he respects, a figure of authority, to sit him down and tell him, look, this shit isn't getting you anywhere. No woman finds you attractive. No woman wants to be with you. And you shouldn't just sit in your room and think to yourself, oh, yeah, nobody wants me, I'm just gonna cry. And I'm not saying this pejoratively. I haven't exactly been there, done that, but I've been in a similar hopeless situation back in the day when I was very young. I was 13, I was 14, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know how to act or what to be. And these doubts, they lingered until I actually found my first girlfriend. And I mean, it's been great ever since, because I understood how things are. I understood how women could like me and who I was and who I wanted to be. And somebody needs to sit these men down and help them with that. And you and your attitude, Ian, and any of your attitudes, and these fucking ethos on the internet, you're not helping any of this shit along. And look, you don't have any responsibility to these guys to help them. But don't pretend like you're not exploiting them or you're not aiding in their exploitation, because this is exploitation.
That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet.
You love her. Does she love you?
Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else. Someone who isn't a simp or a cock. Someone who maybe just gives shitty opinions instead.
Oh, they will. Believe me, they will. Anyway, this is the end of the video, and this is the end of my video too. I mean, it's gone on for too long, I imagine. It's like 30 minutes, 30-something minutes. I mean, fuck, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare to upload this up. But yeah, I said my points. I made my points very well, I think. And really, this shit isn't helping anyone, and you are a simp. You are a complete fucking simp. And your girlfriend, I hope to God your girlfriend actually loves you and she'll stick by you and you can have this little fractured dynamic you have right now. Although I would much prefer if she dumped you and you realized what a fucking soulless husk of a, clout chasing cunt she is, and you actually found something worthy, some girl that didn't fuck with you, some girl that didn't try to that actually respects you and that actually loves you and that actually won't do this shit because she seeks other men and not you. I really hope, well, I would want you to learn your lesson. I would much rather you live in this blissful ignorance you have right now, where she sticks by you and you stick by her and you think this is a healthy dynamic and you just live with this ever after. Fucking, look, just be well, man. I hope you're well. I hope everybody else in a similar situation or tight spot as well. But honestly, on my opinion on the whole thing is you need to dump these fucking chicks and go find some good women. Because there are good women out there. You could say they're rare. Fair enough. They exist. And avoid the cities, guys. Avoid the cities. That's my advice. Go to some town. Go to some town. Go to some village. They're more self-respecting there. Anyway, see ya.